Hello and welcome into 11am Sports. It's not Football Manager content today. Instead, we're talking about the Euros. The Euros are this week and I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. And today, we're going to talk about my predictions for the Euros. Going to go through each group, see who I think is going to top it and qualify out each of the groups through the knockouts and tell you my eventual winner. Unfortunately, Switzerland is not you, but it is somebody else, as obviously it has to be. So, let's get right into it. So I've made myself a little Excel spreadsheet with all the fixtures on it for each group, and I'll talk you through them. You can see there's some colours up there. That's because the greens are the teams who I think are going to win these games, and the blues are if it's going to be a draw. So Group A has Turkey, Italy, Wales and Switzerland in it, and I think the first game of the Euros this year between Turkey and Italy is going to be a draw. That's my professional opinion. Just you wait and see. Then I think Wales will beat Switzerland, Turkey will beat Wales, and Italy will beat Switzerland. And then Turkey and Italy will beat Switzerland and Wales later on, which means that Italy and Turkey will top the group on 7 points. I think Italy might do it on goal difference. Wales there in third on 3 points, and Switzerland will come last in that group. Sorry, any Swiss fans watching in. Looking at my demographics, I don't think I have many of you, but if there's any of you there, feel free to let yourself be known in the comments below. The next group is Group B, and it contains Belgium, Russia, Denmark and Finland. A lot of people are obviously fancying Belgium for this tournament, kind of that golden generation they've got. They're kind of getting to the end of some of the players into their 30s and stuff like that. But I think Russia are actually a really, really good side, and I think they could actually give Belgium some problems. So hence the first group fixture, I think it's going to be 2 draws. Denmark will draw with Finland and Belgium will draw with Russia. And then after that, Belgium and Russia will win all their games, and it will go down to goal difference. And I've made the prediction that Russia might do better on goal difference than Belgium, and Russia would top the group. There's always surprises somewhere in the Euros. In all qualifying stages, you know, teams get knocked out, and you're like, how on earth have they not made it out this group? So I think Belgium will come second, Russia will top this group, and then Denmark and Finland will fight over third and fourth. The next group is Group C. That makes sense after Group B, doesn't it? And it contains Netherlands, Austria, Ukraine and North Macedonia. Unfortunately for North Macedonia, I do not think they will get a point in the Euros this year. They qualified through the Nations League, coming through League D or 4 or whatever it means at that stage. So they didn't really get there in merit, and I think they are the weakest side in the tournament. When it comes to the other 3 teams, I think they're fairly equally matched. The Netherlands are more highly rated in terms of world rankings, but they recently played Scotland, and Scotland got a draw against them. And to be honest, we probably could have won. Is that maybe bias coming from a Scotland fan? So I'm worried about them slightly. So I think points will be taken off each other for all the other teams. I think Austria will draw against both the Ukraine and Netherlands, and I think the Ukraine will beat the Netherlands. And obviously all of them are beating North Macedonia. So that would mean that at the top of that group is Ukraine with 7 points, Austria on 5, and then the Netherlands on 4 points, which would be enough to get them through as a third place seed. Now here's the group that everyone is talking about, especially here in England and Scotland mainly. But yeah, England and Scotland playing each other in the Euros this year, and as you can see from my predictions, I think England might draw with Scotland. I think Scotland will step up for that game down at Wembley, and I think we might get the draw. Apart from that, I would say there's nothing too crazy on here. I think everyone will beat the Czech Republic. Maybe some folk might think Scotland won't, but I think everyone will beat the Czech Republic. I think Croatia will beat Scotland, and I do think England in that first game will beat Croatia, get their own back some revenge after the World Cup semi-final in Russia. That would mean that England would top the group, Croatia in second, and Scotland in third. The next group's a really interesting group for me, and I've not actually predicted any draws in it. It's always hard to predict a draw, but there will be a draw somewhere, you'd have thought. I think Spain will win all their games in this group. Poland will win 2 of them. Slovakia will win 1, and Sweden won't win any at all. I just don't think Sweden are as good as the other sides in this group, and maybe they're better than Slovakia, but I think Slovakia could pull out a win against them. And I think Spain will just about beat Poland in the game between the 2 of them to decide who wins that group. And lastly, what's been dubbed the group of death, with Hungary, the strongest side in the group. No. Portugal, France and Germany. I tell you, that is one heck of a group. I think Hungary will unfortunately lose all their games. I think Portugal will beat France. I think France will beat Germany. I think Portugal will draw with Germany. It's a whole mess of people beating people and all that. But I think Portugal will top the group on 7 points. I think they'll beat France but draw with Germany. Even though France are a stronger side, I think that sort of thing might happen. There's always something weird that happens. No, it's never normally as simple as 9 points, 6 points, 3 points, 0 points in these groups. There's always something funky happens. So I think Portugal will stay on top of the group with 7 points. I think France will be there in second with 6. Germany will have 4 points, having drawn with Portugal and beaten Hungary. And Hungary will sit at the bottom of that group. So I've jumped over now to UEFA Euro 2020 Tournament Predictor on the UEFA website, because the wee third place bit where all the teams are seeded based on how many points they've got, and then depending on what other teams are in, they get put in different bits of the draw. I can't work that out by myself, so this little system does it for me. So you can see I've put all the groups in as I thought they would be, and my 4 best placed third teams are Wales, Netherlands, Scotland and Germany. So they're the 3 I think will have the most points. Netherlands, Scotland and Germany will have 4 points. Slovakia and Wales both have 3, but I'm going to suggest that Wales will have a better goal difference, so we'd get in. And unfortunately Denmark there would only have 1 point in my prediction, so we can get to the knockout stage with these people in these positions, and we'll see what the knockout stage looks like. And immediately you're showing some very interesting ties. Russia will play Germany in the first of those, and I'm not sure about this German side. I think they're not quite sure of their identity at the moment. They're in a bit of a transitional period, and I actually do like the Russian side. So I would pick Russia to beat Germany in that game. The next one's Italy, Austria. And though I think Austria have a fairly decent side, I think Italy will comfortably beat them. Moving down the list of games here, Portugal play Wales, and I feel really sorry for Wales because Portugal are going to trounce them there. Croatia then play up against Poland, and this is where it gets quite tricky. Again, could Croatia win that game? Could Poland win that game? I think it's probably going to be Croatia. Or do I? No, I don't think I do. I think Poland, that's going to be a really close game, but I think Poland might beat Croatia. Croatia slightly aging after they did so well to get to the final of the World Cup last time out. I think that could be one of the shocks of the round, you might end up seeing. On to the bottom half of the draw now, and Spain will play up against the Netherlands. I think Spain will win that game. And then what could possibly be the tie of the round? England playing up against France. What a game that would be in the round of 16. And sorry, England fans, you are not winning that game. France win that, and England go out in the round of 16. The next one is a game that, if it does happen, as a Scotland fan, I would be very excited. Because, that's a game we could win as Scotland against the Ukraine. And I think at the first tournament in 23 years, with the fans of Scotland shouting them on from home, I think Scotland might get through and win a knockout game. I'm going to be one of those Scottish people that are putting Scotland all the way through the Euros. Probably not going to happen, but it could happen. And the last game is Turkey-Belgium, and I think that game's actually going to be a lot closer than you think it might be. I say I really like Turkey this year, but I think Belgium might just pip them. So going on to the quarterfinals now, Russia will play up against Italy, and that could be a really, really good game. But I'm going to go with Italy to get through against Russia on that one. It could very easily be a Russian win, but I'll pick Italy. Portugal play up against Poland. No, I'll pick Portugal for that one. I think Portugal are a very, very good side. Spain playing up against France. France are a good team. It's hard to see many folk beating them, but I think they will beat Spain, and Scotland are definitely going to lose to Belgium in that instance. There's no chance we're going to do anything up against Belgium. So going on to the 2 semi-finals now, we have Italy against Portugal, and that could be a close game, but I fancy Portugal to do it. And France against Belgium, I would pick France for that one, I think, just about. And that would leave France versus Portugal in the Euro 2020 final. I'm sure we've seen that game fairly recently, haven't we? In a recent time, not only in the group stage of this, but back in previous tournaments. But I actually think Portugal will do it. And Portugal will win Euro 2020. That is my crazy prediction here. From me here at 11 AM Sports. Portugal to be the tournament winner, beating France in the final. And for all you Scottish fans out there, I think we're going to get to the quarters, which is 1 round further than England, so we can officially say we're a better side than England. So let me know what you think of my Euro 2020 predictions there. Tell me where I'm wrong, where you might agree with me. I'll leave the link for that wee website down in the description below as well, so you can maybe play along and let me know who you have winning the Euros through your train of how you think the groups and knockouts are going to go. It's fairly enjoyable actually working our way through that, trying to decide who's going to win. Never did I think I'd care so much about who was going to win between Poland and Croatia in our under 16 match, but I did. And it took me a little while to decide on that one. You'll have similar things, I imagine, if you go through it yourself. So I'd say, let me know what you think about my prediction in the comments below. Like the video if you have enjoyed it. If you're looking forward to Euros, give it a like as well. Come on, I'll give your team some good luck. Unless your team aren't in it, in which case I'll give Scotland good luck. So you want to give Scotland good luck. We're the underdogs, come on. As I say, like, comment down below. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. There's more daily content. We're going to be talking about the Euros over the next few weeks. We've got some very special Football Manager 21 content coming as well, which is related to the Euros. Spoiler, the Euros are very important for us here at 11am Sports. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see some of that as well. And until the next video, we'll see you then.